Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, coming live from Fire Up Your Heart, Children of God, and that's you, and that's you, and that's me, and that's me. I hope all of you. I'm Heather Drew from Southeast Michigan. Born in Sylvania, Ohio, raised in Monroe, Michigan. It's from like the giant garlic, you know how it comes on the bundle? And it looks kind of like a mushroom. But it's just the fibrous material that the garlic's attached to, the big ones. And what I did is I painted it orange, the yellow center like a flower. And that's doing that. Like this. I'm going to paint this green here. Yellow on the bottom. I don't know. I have a bunch of them. So I'm going to make like a little fake flower bouquet. We're going to read the red type out of New Testament. It will be repeating some of the events. This is the plan. Okay, but sometimes I just won't share it. But what I'm hoping is that between Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. Okay, this is all of the New Testament, by the way. Most of the red type. But because the stories are kind of told again, some of them are a little bit varianced. But the last time I read was the similitudes and the beatitudes. Jesus fulfills the law. So we're going to start at 17 again, and we're just going to read until I don't want to read anymore. Lord, please be with us. And sometimes I interject a thought or not, but mostly just trying, shadow banning and harassment from the government gets old after 30 years, so that's all I have to say about it. Jesus fulfills the law, verse 17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one little shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments, and shall teach men, so he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. So I'm going to read Jesus' words all the way up through April or farther, and then start over again. I didn't know that some churches are actually avoiding reading the red type of Jesus, and maybe they'll eventually just remove it from the Bible. So I will continue to regularly read Jesus' words that we were told were Jesus' words. Murder. Last time I had dated this for some reason, 10:3:19. For I say unto you that except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, you shall in no case enter into the kingdom of heaven. You've heard that it was said by them of old time, Thou shalt not kill, and whosoever shall kill shall be in danger of judgment. But I say unto you that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of judgment. And whosoever shall say to his brother, Raca, shall be in danger of the council, but whosoever shall say, Thou fool, shall be in danger of hellfire. Therefore, if thou bring thy gift to the altar, there rememberest that thy brother has aught against thee, and we better say, start over, calm down, read slower. Aram is the literal interpretation. Aram, R-A-C-A is A-R-A-M. Therefore, if thou bring thy gift to the altar, and there remember that thy brother has aught against thee, leave thee the gift before the altar and go your way. First be reconciled to your brother, and then come and offer your gift. Agree with thine adversary quickly, whiles thou art in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison. Verily I say unto thee, thou shalt by no means come out of thence till thou hast paid the uttermost farthing. Debt. Kodrantes, Kodrantes. Adultery. Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, thou shalt not commit adultery. But I say unto you that whosoever looks on a woman to lust after her has committed adultery with her already in his heart. And if thy right hand offend thee, pluck it out. It's, well, I mean, they changed it and said it was metaphorical. Yes, because you wouldn't want to do that. So, and it's just supposed to deliver an intense understanding of lust and how dangerous it is. It grows too, and it creeps in, and you have to watch that sneaky little business. It's one of Satan's favorites. Everything is wrapped in lust. Money is wrapped in a form of lust. You don't want to see that shine. That's a big one. It's pretty big. There's a big one there. Whew. Well, just keep eating the sugar. Now I just made a blueberry. I had frozen blueberries, so I'm making it kind of on the order of a cobbler, maybe. I think that's kind of how I'm making it. I would show you, but I'm not gonna. But this batter ended up a little bit more on the order of a cookie batter. And then I put it in the oven for a minute. And then I put my blueberry mixture in it, just like a pie, in a pie container. I have this nice ceramic one that cooks stuff nice. And then I blopped the dough and kind of spread it a little bit, but let the blueberries out around the edges of it so that it would all caramelize and stuff together on the top. It was quite pretty. Just a little breather there. But I say unto you that whosoever looks on a woman to lust after her has committed adultery with her already in his heart. And if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of the members should perish, not that the whole body should be cast into hell. And if the right hand offend thee, cut it off and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that the whole body should be cast into hell. This is for, okay, divorce. It has been said, whosoever shall put away his wife, let him give her a writing of divorcement. But I say unto you that whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication, causes her to commit adultery, and whosoever shall marry her that is divorced committeth adultery. Oaths. Again, ye've heard that it has been said by them of old times, thou shalt not forswear thyself. Swear falsely. Again, ye have heard that it has been said by them of old time, thou shalt not swear falsely, but shalt perform unto the Lord thine oaths. But I say unto you, swear not at all, neither by heaven, for it is God's throne, nor by the earth, for it is in his footstool, neither by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great King. Neither shalt thou swear by thy head, because thou canst not make one hair white or black. But let your communication be yea, and nay, be nay. For whatsoever is more than these comes of evil. Wishy-wash, doesn't like wishy-washy. Retaliation, you've heard that it has been said, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. But I say unto you that ye resist not evil, but whosoever shall smite thee on the right cheek, turn to him the other also. And if any man will sue thee at the law and take away thy coat, let him have thy cloak also. And whosoever shall compel thee to go a mile, go with him twain. Give to him that asks thee, and from him that would borrow of thee turn thou away. That was in sense of retaliation. It's taken loosely and sometimes too extreme. Walk away. Don't retaliate. Like he kept harassing me, so I periodically yipped or whatever, but I didn't really do much. He just was constantly on the watch. Also with oaths, I watched him and the girl literally swear under oath, lying with their hand up in court. Well, I was on Zoom with all the canceled courts and Zoom for almost 2 years because they had to move the breeder and get everything sorted out. The first judge that helped put it through retired early, so that doesn't help matters any. That was my situation, by the way. If you don't know what it is, I'm sorry, you're going to have to go back in other videos. I've been falsely accused, could go to prison. I've been accused of heinous crimes, more or less, that I didn't commit. And it's been ongoing for years. Love. You've heard that because I was turning in a bunch of corruption, more or less. And it would be in my face. I wasn't seeking it out, so... What happened is people got paranoid because of their illegal activities to get money, and it got some kind of, I think, rumor got out, or fact that some people have been fired through the years, or left for their heinous crimes. I don't think it was because of me. I think it was a chain reaction of enough people finding out about the grossness in the county against women and children. Love, verse 43 of chapter 5 of Matthew, and we're going to stop here at the end of this. You've heard that it has been said, thou shalt love thy neighbor and hate thine enemy. But I say unto you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good for them that hate you, and pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you. That ye may be the children I used to do that a long time ago for a number of years. I didn't really see any benefit in it. That ye may be the children of your Father which is in heaven. For I used to have neighbors that could literally almost just walk in my house. Finally had to put a stop to that. That was years ago. That was Ruby and Carl that started the bandwagon too. With their connection with the Baptist church that has murderers working there. So yes, I'm getting some of this out again today because it's still going on and it's going to continue to go on. And I had to open an idea of an open report, complaint, investigation through a part of the state. That's just how well organized they are. By the time I probably do get a hold of them, they're going to have all the original video footage. I'll never be able to prosecute for rape and all that on the policeman. If you need to know the details, which you probably don't, it was a dry rape, but I had no under attire on, I had a skirt on, and his penis was hard between my butt cheek for several thrusts. Well, I had these wrists completely, they were going to rip off, tied up behind my back over the hood of my car. For numerous seconds, then my husband came out. He didn't know I left the house. I went out to deal with the police. I said I'm going out to deal with the police. He couldn't hear me because of the brick walls in the house. It was a mistake that we made, but I knew I had to deliver myself up because they were going to come in the house, most likely rape me in front of him and kill us or whatever number of fun events they had planned for the evening. But earlier in the night, we'd been gone 8 to 10 hours for him to put the fence up. He left a plank open from the rest of the fence, by the way, so they could do this fun time by our garage, which is out back of his property. Or like to the side, it's our property, but it's out back. So all of this activities was done in hiding, so they thought. And it went on and on and on. It went on. It went on prior to that. Went on for years. Police harassment. So I'm totally done with the system. I've been done. It's sick as sick. And what I saw in the jail is just... Verse 44, but I say unto you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you. Just pray for them in silence. You don't need to go around these people. Just pray quietly for them. We don't want anyone to burn in hell. I mean, that's why we believe in God. We don't want anyone to burn in hell. We were headed to hell. We don't want anyone else to burn in hell. I mean... that ye may be the children of your Father which is in heaven, for he makes his sun to rise on the evil and on the good, and sends rain on the just and on the unjust. For if ye love them which love you, what reward have ye? Do not even the publicans the same? And if you salute your brethren, only what do you more than others? Do not even the publicans so? Be therefore perfect, even as your Father, which is in heaven, is perfect. And that's verse 48. And collectors greet tax. Tax collectors, it's something about tax collectors, so... I think the thing, but it has to be a consensual event. Millions of people would have to stop paying their taxes for it to work, because they would have to go after everyone that didn't pay their taxes. So we'd have to outnumber. It would have to be extremely organized. I'm not opposed. We're not opposed to it. But if a person in our system, we're so locked into this evil system, everyone is you are. I don't care what there's no one fully off grid. You're not. How are you paying for your cell phone? Okay. Even if you have off grid panels, you're probably most likely tied into the grid somehow. So, the electric grid. But you can complement and you can accent not being fully tied into the grid, but to be fully avoidant of the grid, of the system, is impossible. You can't freely own your land. Even if you go pay cash for your property, you don't own it. You don't pay your taxes, they're going to take your land. It became the devil's world, more so than what I suppose some of us thought we would fully see, although I know I sound like I'm a hypocrite or a contradiction of terms. I saw a lot of bad coming. I also figured it was from the conditioning of how I was raised. By the time the man that raised me passed away, the last time I had seen him, it was our last visit. I don't know if I had made that clear to him, but I thought I did. Well, he was trying to actually get me in trouble in the nursing home. And he's not in the nursing home anymore. It was a temporary stay. He looked me direct in the eye and said, like, on the order of, you religious fanatics are all batshit crazy and need to be on pills or in an asylum. That was what I was raised with. That was a year, no, 3 or 4 years before he died. So, I mean, that's not really even far off from how the man really thought. Excessive racist, loved watching gore. So what I'm trying to say is, like, it's not like I had the most pristine outlook on this bright futuristic future. Our brightness, whatever brightness we can find, is through the Lord. Or if you're a real power-hungry person, you can create your own joy out of your own flesh. I choose to derive what I feel is a reward or a blessing from the Lord. So, and I try to stay in tune with what's important. But I'm not going to say that I didn't live a lifetime of having some issues with strong emotion, feeling very strongly about injustices. It's never going to change. If I'm going over into 52 this year, it didn't decrease. Actually, in some realms, the passion for justice to be served legally to predators grew. My fervor for the Lord to rectify, to fix, to bring restitution to victims. Not necessarily money. I mean, money is always great, right? But it doesn't patch up the rapes. It might soften the blow a bit, but proper incarceration, proper people getting in trouble for the right things. So, well, I'm going to go. And that's the study for today. It's not really a study. I just read, made a couple points. The Bible makes it really easy, for the most part, to follow an honest life, if that's the least you can do. You know what I mean? So, love you. Bye! Have a great rest of the week. I got more court. March 6th, and no, that's the wrong date. It's escaping me at the moment, but I'll make sure to get that back to you. Not that you care. I mean, do you? I mean, I don't care if you care, but I know a couple of you care. And it feels good to know when a couple people care. Let's not lie to ourselves now. Signing off from Heather in Southeast Michigan. Why didn't you legally change your name to Carol? I remarried. My son liked his name, and I wasn't going to change my name. my son was between 7 and 10 getting to know John. And then we were all together. And, you know, we all lived together and all that. Got married. And it was just something I just chose not to do. Plus, if for whatever reason someone was looking for me that I wanted to find me, it might be a little easier for them to find me. But, it just wasn't really important to me. It's a name. I'm married in my heart. I'm not married by the legalities of a name. Granted, I would like to change my name to Carol, but now because people just taking it upon themselves to change my name, use it illegally in legal paperwork to put me in prison and stuff like that, I'm kind of now more even bullheaded to keep my name as Heather Emily Drew. So, because you shouldn't go around also changing my name. I think it's enough that you're having me cover rapes and assaults and all this other stuff for people with your human trafficking operation in Monroe, Michigan, don't you? I think that's certainly enough. I mean, you got a lot going on there at the police station, so business-wise, and not normal business, but, so that's all I got on that. Yeah, my legal name is Heather Emily Drew. Actually, technically, the PPO should have never went through either of them. This is not my name. Nor my weight, or my height. Or my eye color. They didn't even have my eye color right. Okay, have a good one.